comes to talk, and in honor of Elon Musk, we have engaged Dark MAGA mode. I'll be in some light in a moment. You know, today's a big day because it's Elon Musk's last day officially with DOGE. And this afternoon, around 1:30, the president and Elon Musk are going to have a White House press conference. And the president has a rally in Pennsylvania today, too. So we've got a big, big day ahead of us. And it's very exciting. Absolutely. But, you know, Elon, before he even began his work, they talked about this 130-day thing. He was going to be leaving at the end of May. It's here. So, you know, don't buy their false narratives that he's being fired or they're on the outs. Why do you think they're having a press conference today? They're having a press conference today, the president and Elon, because President Trump wants everyone to know that Elon is the first bud. And he's been doing great work. And, you know, Elon, he's put his life at risk for this. I mean, look at what these leftists have done. Firebomb Tesla dealerships, all these things. And Elon's the bad guy? Are you kidding me? Elon Musk deserves a big thank you for what he's done with DOGE. And it's not about the specific instances of waste that DOGE has uncovered. They've exposed the entire fraud of the government and what crooks people are in the government and how they're stealing all of our money that we work so hard for. It's amazing. He has red-pilled so many people, Elon Musk, with DOGE. And he has these massive companies. He launches rockets into space every day. He's got Tesla. He's got a Mars mission in the planning. He's got to get back to his companies. You know, he just can't leave these companies forever. He's done great work. And anyone who criticizes anything Elon has done, I mean, think about what you're saying. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is indeed where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe, those of you who are new to the channel. You know, Elon Musk deserves the Presidential Medal of Freedom, man. I mean, what he has done is amazing. He has done what no one else has done before. Really exposed. You know, when these bills pass, you hear these things that we're so used to. Oh, it's filled with pork. Earmarks, pork. Yeah, we all know that, but he's exposed the deep, dark corruption that is the United States federal government and how these people steal from it just constantly like it's their piggy bank. You know, what Elon has shown us is that we're living in a third world banana republic in so many ways. Now, today's Friday, which means on the program, it will be open phones. You can call me about any and everything on your mind on Friday's program. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. And on Open MAGA Mike Friday, the show prep is up to you guys. So, although I got a lot of things I'm going to cover and talk about, including Elon. I'm going to open, though, going through the details of this. The White House was hacked. Chief of Staff Susie Wiles had an imposter, hacked her, and impersonated her. I'm going to go through that story because the media are playing it off like it's some kind of joke. Waiting for Starbucks to open so I can get my espresso. I'm having regular coffee. All right. Here we are, friends. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. Again, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. You know, the way the left have behaved with Elon Musk from the beginning, right? It shows you what sick, twisted people they are. But, you know, when Michael Savage said many years ago that liberalism is a mental disorder, it really is. I mean, these people are freaking nuts. Here's Elon Musk showing where they're just raping the federal government, just stealing it. All the money from the federal government for whatever they want, right? And they're mad at Elon over that? How could anyone be mad at Elon over that unless you're one of the thieves that has gotten caught, right? Think about that. Think how hard you work for the tax you pay, and you know how many people are doing without in this country. You know, all these liberal assholes like Rosie O'Donnell. Oh, the people are going to go without food and health care. Well, stop stealing from the National Treasury to rent out arenas for parties, right? You know, and people won't be going hungry or without in this country. Yeah, liberalism is over. Liberalism has been totally exposed. And the only people that are liberals now are degenerates and mental patients, basically. That's about it. Right? I mean, who's really a liberal other than degenerates and mental patients these days? Exactly. No one. No one at all. They're hopeless. I mean, look at what, you know, one of the stories I'm going to cover today. Jake Tapper's ratings are in the toilet. Jake Tapper has had like about a month of nonstop publicity on every program there is. And his CNN show is in its lowest rated period. What does that tell you? People don't want to hear liberal bullshit. That's what it tells you. That's it. I mean, you know, if I got the publicity that Jake Tapper got, if I got half or even a quarter, even a tenth of the media publicity that Jake Tapper has gotten this week, I'd be the #1 most talked about program in America. Jake Tapper is on every show for a month and his viewership goes down. What the heck? How's that even possible? Why would you put Trump in jail, June? Making America great again is not a federal crime, although liberals think it is. You know, June, can you tell me why these guys that have penises play in the girls' sports? Can you explain that to me? I mean, come on. I just don't get that argument. Do you? No, not at all. No, Elon Musk deserves a big thank you today. And that's what the president's going to do. That's why he's having the press conference today. It's going to be a great press conference. I can't wait. There's also a new thing. The Democrats, they're trying to get people back. So they're starting this blue MAGA thing. Who's going to buy that line of garbage? Oh, blue MAGA. What is blue MAGA? The Democrats are very desperate. Very desperate. So we've got a lot to cover on the program today, plus your calls. That's just a stupid comment, June. It's just stupid. The taco thing's not, it's already dying off. I mean, that can't get a wave going with something stupid. They've lost everyone, the DNC. That's pretty much it. They lost everyone. No, he's not a felon. Nope. Trump is not a felon. That is not true. Australia, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Every day at this Starbucks, these joggers meet and go jogging before work. For the life of me, I cannot imagine going to out jogging at 5 in the morning before work. Scotland, welcome. That's not a true conviction. That was a corrupt judge in a corrupt courtroom with a corrupt jury and corrupt prosecutors. No. I mean, could you imagine going jogging before you go to work in the morning? Forget about it. Oh, I can't wait for the press. This is great. We've got the press conference with Elon Musk, and then we got a rally. That's it. Crockett and AOC. Yeah, and David Hogg. No, this is a great day. Great day. I have to change my plans. So the press conference and a rally. It's a big day. London, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, Elon Musk has awakened the American people to the ripoff that's going on with the federal treasury. That's it. My plans change around Trump's schedule? Yes. Yes, in fact, they do. That's exactly right. Yeah, this is a big rally and a big press conference. Yeah. And I got a very busy weekend. Yes, yes, yes. Australian MAGA. Trump has united the English-speaking world. AOC is out, and, AOC, David Hogg is like the new AOC, right? Young people are stupid. They don't know what the hell's going on. They don't pay their own bills. They don't pay taxes. They don't have kids. They don't understand. But they think they know everything, right? And AOC came into Congress. Oh, she's the young hipster. Well, now she's like, getting old. And then here's David Hogg, like talking like he's on Logan's Run, that the under 30s should be running everything. He doesn't realize he's growing old. Young people don't pay income taxes. Payroll taxes don't count. Income taxes. When you do your taxes at the end of the year and you owe money, you don't get a refund. That's paying taxes. Sales tax and payroll taxes don't count. No, but AOC is, she's turned into an old lady. She's out. The Philippines, welcome. Now, I don't get these joggers in the morning. Forget about that. A lot of joggers here in Florida, people jog early in the morning because it's so hot later in the day, right? So they want to jog while it's dark. Not me. Not me. Exercise is for people that have too much time on their hands. Of course you do. Of course you do, Zach. Yes. I love these fake trolls that have no life, that come up with no matter what you say, they do it and do it to the next level, right? Like if they ask if you go to college, whatever degree you have, they have the next one up. Just, Yeah, Bernie Carrick died. That's right. I saw that. I'm sure President Trump will have some things to say about him today. And then all the liberals will talk about is how he went to jail for a brief time. I'd rather not jog at all. Right? That's just me. These joggers, they have ankle lights on. I've never seen the ankle lights. They're pretty bright. Yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, honestly, what does the Democrat Party stand for today? Right? What do they stand for? They stand for nothing. They're really just, you know, it's like the end of Titanic when Rose and Jack are hanging on the top of the ship as it's getting ready to go down. That's them. It's done. It's over. It's hopeless. There's no hope. They've been rejected by the American people. Well, and it's just a great time. Yeah. No, I've not seen joggers with ankle lights on like this too. I guess they're lights that wrap around their ankles. They're pretty bright too. They look like headlights. I mean, they're pretty bright. The Democrats, they hate Carrick. They hate Democrats they're just consumed with hate. They're miserable people. There's no such thing as a happy Democrat. Unless they've been red-pilled and they've become a Republican, right? Oh, here we go. We're in a worse position today than the Republicans were after Nixon ran from office. Yeah. Elon was resigning. He did nothing compared to these. All right. Hamas wanted Kamala to win. That's right. That's right. Kamala Harris, endorsed by Hamas. Well, Lincoln didn't get a chance. I mean, the Democrats, the Democrats killed President Lincoln, right? He was killed by the Hollywood left of the day, right? John Wilkes Booth was an American actor, very famous, nationally known. Kind of B-level actor. His brother was more famous, but, he would be like the equivalent, I would say, John Wilkes Booth. Who would John Wilkes Booth equivalent be today? Matt Damon? Something like that. It's like Matt Damon shot Lincoln, right? I mean, he was that level of fame. Lincoln won twice. Absolutely did. We never got the question from that guy. He had a question. Never asked a question. Guess he chickened out. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. I'm just waiting for Starbucks to open. I'll get my espresso, and then I'll go to the studio, and I'll be live on the air in less than an hour, and then taking your live calls. Now, I hate coffee. I only drink it because I need the caffeine fix. That's it. No, the Democrats are in. Well, that's okay, June. We don't need you. You'll subscribe never? Okay, appreciate that. I don't want you to have to watch. I don't know why you have Anita Bryant on the mind. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Oh, Judge Jeanine's awesome. Judge Jeanine is our hope to get some prosecutions going in D.C. All these crimes with the auto pen are within her jurisdiction as the United States Attorney for the District of Columbia. And I watched Megyn Kelly agreed with me about Bongino and very cagey. She had, who did she have on talking about? Was it Glenn Greenwald she had on yesterday talking about it? Well, Nellie Orr, I was talking about Nellie Orr on the program yesterday. Nellie Orr had that shortwave radio she was communicating on, and that's spycraft. For someone like her to have a shortwave radio? Come on. She's definitely, who was she communicating with? The Russian embassy? The Chinese embassy? Who knows? That is spycraft. I mentioned Matt Damon, and look, we got Jason Bourne in the chat. Huh, interesting. Who was Nellie Orr talking to on the shortwave radio? Who? Very good question. I'd like the answer to that, wouldn't you? We saw it the first time, Jason Bourne. Just because no one responded, doesn't mean we didn't see it. Now, make sure you guys subscribe, who's new. This is where MAGA comes. I'm wearing my Gulf of America shirt today. I can't get myself interested in the Diddy trial. I just can't. If it was televised, I guess maybe. But I'm not interested. Just not interested. But Megyn Kelly, she was talking about Kash Patel and Bongino with their comments on Epstein, and she thinks that he was everything he was doing. He was part of one of the intelligence agencies, and a lot of people say he was with the Israelis because he's a Jew, or was a Jew. Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think so. I don't think Jeffrey Epstein was Mossad. I think he was with one of our intelligence agencies, CIA, NSA, or maybe even the FBI. Who knows? But I don't think Jeffrey Epstein was Mossad. I think he was working for the United States intelligence agencies, and I don't think that's a reason to keep it secret. That should be declassified. Oh yeah, the shortwave radio, because they don't the government doesn't monitor those anymore. They used to, but they monitor mostly on computers now. No, I think that Epstein was working for the American deep state. I really do. Now that doesn't mean he always was. They may have stumbled upon his creepiness, and then, made a deal with him to work for them, but that's what he was doing. No, in fact, when Trump found out about Jeffrey Epstein, he kicked him out, banned him from Mar-a-Lago. No, not his buddy at all, Larry. Another one of these liberal fantasies. Liberals have all these urban legends they believe that are just not true. But no, I agree that definitely was doing work for an intelligence agency. I don't think I think he was working for the United States. Who do you think Jeffrey Epstein was working for? One of the U.S. deep state or Mossad? No, both. One or the other. Jeffrey Epstein, was he working for the U.S. deep state or Mossad? What would you guys guess? What would you guess? I think United States. Yeah. That's why it's so secretive. Mm-hmm. Yep. U.S. Yep. Absolutely. And I'm starting to think FBI. Yeah, people, U.S., yeah. Mm-hmm. If it was Mossad, they would leak it out. It would have been leaked out. Especially when the Democrats were in power. They hate Jews. Yeah, definitely the United States. Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind. Now, that doesn't mean that he started doing his creepiness. I think he was just a creepy guy they probably arrested or found out about and made him an offer. Right? And I think it just was very bizarre that he came back to the United States to surrender. He had unlimited wealth. He could have gone to a non-extradition country and set himself up. But he didn't. Why'd he come back? Maybe they promised him he'd be okay. I don't know. The reality is we're never going to know the definitive truth of what happened. But But I think he he was brought back to the United States so things would end the way they did. That's what I think. But we're never gonna. It's like the Kennedy files. 60 years, we finally got the Kennedy files. We got how many weeks ago did the Kennedy files come out? What came out? Nothing. There was nothing in the Kennedy files after all these years. Just nothing. It was like Al Capone's vault with Geraldo Rivera. And that's how the Epstein files have either been destroyed or they're in some deep state filing room that we'll never have access to. We're never going to get the truth about everything with Epstein. The powers that be aren't going to allow it. It's just not going to happen. Just like the Kennedy files. I mean, you know, Elon Musk was working for the United States deep state, and the United States deep state killed Kennedy, right? Exactly. You know, and you know, when people are doing crimes, they don't keep records of it. I don't know why people think there's records of everything. And the blackmail material that they were collecting with Epstein, they're still using that. You know? So that's just the way it's going to be. You know, I accepted that long ago. The stuff we want to see on Epstein is the blackmail material that some deep state people have that they still use. That's it. Well, and it's not going to be accessible for Pam Bondi to get a hold of. It's just never going to be. It's held by who knows who. And you know they have videotapes of politicians and celebrities. You know they do. And that's the way it is. You know, the thing about the auto pin's definitely a crime. I mean, you know, we know this. I mean, hardcore crimes. These people should go to prison for life. All kinds of crimes. But the difficulty with that, I mentioned this to a caller on the program yesterday. The auto pin can be authorized by the president in a conversation. It doesn't have to be documented, a phone call, or just telling someone to use it. So how do you prove that Biden did not authorize it, right? How do you prove that in a court? That's a difficult thing to prove. But when they have these hearings, if they're on television, as they should be, we'll get more indication. But I think that's a hard thing to prove. If Trump's name was on that client list, it would be fake. They can put anybody's name on it. Doesn't mean they were actually a client. I think it would be a difficult case to prove that he didn't authorize people to use the auto pin for things. Because if they were to question Biden, he's going to say whatever they tell him. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. How do you prove that Biden, if you went to trial on that specific, now again, there's other crimes we can get these people on, but if you went to trial on that case specifically, how would you prove that Biden didn't authorize the pardons, as an example? How can you prove that? You know? Because if you know how they prove that, I would love to hear it. Because these people need to go to prison for the rest of their lives for what they did. There's you know, all the liberals talking about an insurrection. What is it when you have this committee of unelected aides running the country for 4 years? Yeah, but the president can authorize the use of an auto pen without a document. He can just say, okay, yeah, sign all these pardons with the auto pen. My hand hurts. So how do you prove that he didn't authorize them? See, it is a complete coup. Absolutely. Now, again, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but if somebody knows how you prove that, please tell me, because I'd love to be. Believe me, I want all those people to go to prison forever. Hold on, guys. We gotta move the car. I want them to go to prison forever and a day. I mean, these are some bad freaking people we're talking about. Really bad people. Oh man, someone's in my parking space that I park in every single day. It's not cool. Just looking for my glasses. Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's some things that you know, that's why, you know, the auto pen is I agree with President Trump, of course. It's the biggest scandal in the history of the country. I mean, we had a committee of people illegally running the country for 4 years. And I've said often they were probably authorizing military action. Right? So if people died because of that, they murdered people. It's bad. And the people on this committee are all psychos. Anita Dunn, a complete psycho. Right? I mean, a communist. Now, they could do some investigation into their finances and into their communications, and maybe find some text or emails, maybe. You know, that now they may be able to start proving things that way. If they can get some text messages or emails where they communicated about it, then they could, you know, maybe prove it that way. But that's the same as a confession. They literally have to have almost a confession to do that. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. On my next stream, which will be in about 40 minutes, I'll be live on the air taking your calls. And remember, Friday is open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. You can call me about any and everything on your mind on Friday's show. All right, guys, I will see you then.